Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another amazing episode brought to you by GamesGlitches. And this episode is going to be a compilation of all 12 masks and how to get them in the world of Division. As usual, if you enjoyed this episode, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button. Really helps out the channel grow. Now, what you need to do is quickly travel to Lincoln Memorial, which is located at the West Potomac Park, well, on the west side of the West Potomac Park. Once you are there, what you have to do is travel north, where you will see this Shade Tech area. Just click on it and the marker will lead you to it. Once you go and it's going to be in a sewer, you will most likely gonna be led through the sewer like I was, and then into the room. You will also notice a Lincoln collectible painting, Napoleon collectible painting on a right hand side, and in front of you you will have a computer. Please activate. Now, once you activate the computer, you will notice a light will light up and the map will show up with the area that is actually located slightly east of you. Now, that area looks like it's in the water, but it's not. It's basically on this field. You would notice that there's a single tower on this entire field with a blinking light bulb. Now, this blinking light bulbs actually will blink all the way into pretty much noon, from the moment it gets slightly dark to the moment it's extremely meaning midday. It blinks throughout the entire night, throughout the entire day. And on top of that, if you manage to trigger the event during the night and your battle persists into the day because the rogue doesn't always despawn, you could actually kill him during the day, and you could do multiple attempts at him no matter how many times. Now, the tips and tricks on killing him is what I've noticed is that you, in your best case scenario, what you want to do is wait for the enemy patrolling units to get near that tower, to be in that tower, and for you to have your own guys. For example, you're the ones that support you, the ones patrolling in the area, also be in that area at the same time. Now, those two groups, your guys, your civilian support team, and let's say the enemy team, will get into conflict. What you need to do, well, when they get into a conflict, run up to the tower and shoot that light bulb. What happens is both groups will turn on that rogue. Yes, you heard me right. Both groups will stop fighting each other, pretty much call it truce, and go purely after that rogue and fuck him up. Now, the rogue will concentrate purely on them. What you can now do is go behind the rogue while he's concentrated, pop him several times in the back of his head, and he will keep concentrating on the other targets, and you could just easily kill him and quickly get this mask without any issues whatsoever, simply because the rogue doesn't care about you. He is concentrating on somebody else, but you're the most deadliest being on that field aside from the rogue, because you're the one with the rifle pointing at his head, because he's in the cover. But just go behind him, just flank him from behind, and you will see how easy it is. Now, this is one of the easier masks to obtain, simply because you could use other teams around it that you can use to ambush your rogue, and then you get the mask. The mask is 100% drop rate. You could actually have friends help you, and if friends help you, they will all obtain the mask. It doesn't matter how many people are there, the mask will drop for everybody. Now, to get both of these masks, you can get them very quickly. What you need to do is travel to Washington Monument. It's a control point. If it's not under your control, make sure you now take it over. Once you take it over, an elevator inside that control point will open up in the back with a rope. Go down there at night. Please note that this has to be all done at night and will not work during the day. I mean, you could open the elevator during the day, but once you go down the elevator, you will not be able to press the button till the nightfall. Once you press the button, you will see 3 grave locations, and you will see 1, 2, and 3. Now, you have to proceed in order. As you could see, one located on the very east, one located on the very west, and one located right below the control point. Not that far, right below the control point. Now, what you need to do is go to each grave at night and salute it. Basically, you have to go from 1.1, 0.2, 0.3 in exactly the order that I'm actually showing you guys in this videos. As you guys could see, I went to 0.1, which is located all the way on the west side, went to 0.2, which is located on the east side, went all the way to the south, which is the side that is closest to the center, to the Washington Monument. Even though I could have went to the Washington Monument first, you should not do that. You have to do each one in order. Now, once you're done with the graves, all you need to do is simply go back down where you first click the computer and click on the computer again till you get this giant ring that will appear on your screen. Once you see the ring, you're good to go upstairs and now kill 2 of the hunters. Please note, you only need to do this once. Even if you fail, you'll never have to go and salute the graves again. Now comes the fun part. Now you have to go and grab your specialization that does the most damage with your specialized weapon. And you have to go to each of these sites. The first site is located north, slightly northwest of the Washington Monument. If the one thing you have to know, if you engage them with regular bullets, they will despawn instantly. The only thing you can do is shoot them with your specialized weapon and pray to God you will kill him on the first hit, maybe the second one if you can even have time to land it, because they run and then they will instantly disappear. Now, to get them to reappear is very, very simple. You just gotta log out and log back in, because the server will refresh, it will be nighttime again, and you could give another crack at them again. So if you fail, you don't have to feel bad and disappointed and feel that you gotta now wait for an hour for the next time the night comes around. You could just simply log in, log out, it's going to be nighttime still, and then just simply spawn back at your control point that should be still yours, and then try it again. We will start with the Crimson Mask. The Crimson Mask is located northeastern side of the settlement. Please note that you need to be level 30 and have completed the entire chain line. You could do this in any world tier 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So you could pretty much do it right away after you just get that unlocked. Right here, as you guys see on the map, I'm standing next to the building which is located next to the settlement. Once you are right here, what you need to do is run inside all the way past the field, pretty much to the other end of the building. Once you're on the other end of the building, you will need to click on this phone, basically walkie-talkie, that is located on the table. Once you click on that walkie-talkie, you have to now turn around and you have about 10 seconds to run back to the other one. For us, we had to do multiple run back and forth, and we timed it. It's about 10 seconds. You have to run back quickly to now click the other one. Once you click the other phone on the other table, as you could see here, interact, pretty much the hunter will spawn, which will initiate combat for the Crimson Mask. Crimson Mask, in my opinion, is actually one of the better masks because of the bloody handprint, but I guess to each its own. Well, let's move on to the Demon Mask. Now, the next mask that we're going to take a look at is the Demon Mask. The Demon Mask is also located near the settlement, but on the west side of it. If you guys could see here, it's pretty much located between these two buildings. Now, what you need to do is run into the building itself. Once you're inside of the building, you kind of have to proceed through and towards the stairs and up this yellow ramp on the left-hand side. Now, if you would take a look at the glass that is located in front of you, if you look out these windows, you would notice that there are 4 targets located in those windows. Now, you have to shoot these targets in particular order, so don't just start shooting them when you see them. The first target that needs to be shot is the very top one, then the one slightly below it, then the one slightly below that, and then the very lowest one on the very right side. So basically from top to bottom. First take a look at them and then start shooting them so you know where they're located. Once you shoot them in order, all 4 of the targets, a hunter will spawn. Once you kill the hunter, congratulations, you have now completed one of your masks and you have obtained the Now, for the Wraith mask is also very easy. What you have to do is go on a map at the right hand side. Please note that all of these masks, except for the very first one, Crimson, have to be done at night, meaning the Demon mask also has to be done at night, and so is the Wraith mask. Once you over here during the night, you have to now approach this memorial. Once you approach this memorial, you would have to now come up to the flag and start saluting the flag. You basically pretty much have to do the emote to do the salute to the flag. Once you have saluted the flag, you would notice pretty much a rogue would spawn and initiate combat with you. This rogue is not strong at all, and you could screw him up really easily. Once, of course, you defeat him, he is going to drop you the Wraith mask. You know, once you have the Wraith mask, congratulations, you have now obtained the Wraith, the Crimson, and the Demon masks into your collection. Now, first things first, to obtain the Revenant and the Midas mask, what you need to do is during the night head to the west side of the map into the west end location and head into this area right here up between these two buildings where the one at the bottom kind of makes the loop. Once you are inside that area, proceed down to the area with the water. Once you're in front of the area with the water, you would notice this crate kind of just laying in the water in front of this lamp. Stand in front of the lamp, you know, next to the crate, and then proceed doing a jumping jacks emote. Please note, again, for this to work, you would need to be level 30, have completed all the basically regular quests, and pretty much just simply unlock the Black Tusk. You don't need to be in any particular world tier, but the first world tier, which unlocks as you unlock the Black Tusk. Now, two hunters would spawn. One hunter would drop you the Revenant mask, and another hunter would drop you the Midas mask. So it's advisable that you guys could kind of bring somebody else to back you up, or if you're by yourself, just make sure that you are prepared, because you're going to be combating two rogue agents, which are actually quite very well geared and could act quite easily ambush you. So don't run in thinking that this is going to be an easy fight, but if you're doing this on a lower tier while you're a higher world tier, it will definitely be much easier fight than if you would have fought it on a higher tiers. The first things first, what you need to do is you need to proceed to this marked location on the map. That's all you currently need. It's located right above the cache, as you could see right here, and the control point. You just could fast travel to the house, the safe house right next to the area. Now, once you fast travel to this area and you run north, head towards this little place, basically like a diner, and on the right hand side or left hand side, depending on which way you enter from, you can see this like a roll of toilet paper. Now pull on this roll of toilet paper, and now if you look at the main exit, you would notice a Christmas tree. Now when you run up to the Christmas tree, you need to stand next to it for 5 to 10 seconds, you know, and then the smoke will appear, you know, like will kind of combust. Once you see that smoke, that means 4 hunters have spawned. Please note, 4 hunters will spawn, each one dropping a unique mask. Now, to get to this portion of the event, you need to first clear all the main missions, get to level 30, and unlock Black Tusk and World Tier 1, meaning basically be level 30, and that's all you need to be, and you could actually proceed in unlocking all of the masks. So you don't need to be higher tier. It's also very advisable that you don't kill the trash mob around. Let the hunters fight the trash mob for you while you pick off all the 4 hunters if you're by yourself, one by one. If you're with a party, do the same thing, just concentrate fire together, and they go down very easily. Also, please note that if you have a friend who is in higher world tier, have him come to your lower tier, and he can pretty much solo wreck the hunters within few shots, simply because he's wearing much higher tier gear. Thank you all again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this nice little compilation of all the masks. If you did, would really appreciate it if you hit like button. Helps out the channel grow. Thank you all again, and see you in the dark zone.